Hey internet friends, MagicBrad, SynergyCafe. You got your cafe. No coffee today. I'm drinking a protein shake. And got another person on the line today, and his name is, it's Ronnie, right? Ronnie.
Yes.
You
Yes.
go by
Brad, how you
Ron
doing?
or Ronnie?
My email is Ron, but I go by Ronnie. And I learned something about that name. That is my real name, by the way. I'll kind of give you a backstory. It is Ronnie, not Ronald or anything like that. But I guess some females go by Veronica. Their short form is Ronnie. So I would sometimes in email I would just say Ron. So that's a little bit of the backstory.
Got it. How do you pronounce your last name? Nijmeh?
Nijmeh. Nijmeh.
Nijmeh. Nijmeh. That sounds pig Latin. Nijmeh.
Almost. No, no, from the Middle East. But
Okay.
I was born here in Toronto, and yeah, I mean, kind of the Arabic back history there.
Got it. Well, as I mentioned, I do these interviews kind of fast, so I
Yep.
pull them together. And the first question is, who's Ronnie? Are you married? You got kids? Who are you?
Yeah, I am happily married to Melissa, and we have two boys, Peter and Joseph, 2 years and 5 months old. So we're busy. It's a busy time. I also run my own business. I help other people with their content marketing, with their book publishing, helping them create products, and particularly for health and wellness coaches.
Oh, that's very cool. Are we going to see some kids run through the background, maybe?
Hopefully not. We'll see.
You never know.
I try to get them distracted with something else, and yeah. So we'll see.
Got it. Here's the game. Go play.
Yeah, exactly.
So the next question that kind of segued into it, that kind of covered it, is what do you do? And do you coach these people on
Yeah,
their
so
content?
we help people with marketing consulting. So how can we get more clients? How can we make more money from our clients and help more people and reach more people and have an impact on the world? That's really been the focus for about 8 years now, and it's a lot of fun because I can help other people get their message out and help other people. It's kind of this domino effect.
Got it. I heard that boot thing. So you're Canadian. Boot.
Yeah, it's funny. We don't hear that. Everybody makes fun of our about, but I guess it sounds like a boot somehow. I'm
A
not quite
boot.
sure how.
It's that lip. A boot.
Is it the lip thing?
A
Ugh.
boot.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody's got those accents.
Yeah, but apparently Canadians have the most neutral accent. That's why there's many actors and voice actors from here.
But
So
that's where you can tell all of a sudden there's that boot thing that comes.
there's the boot.
Ah, Canadian. A Canuck, they used to call 'em.
Connect. Yeah, exactly.
So where do you do your work? Do you travel? Do you do
Uh, you know,
your office or?
because I've got young kids, as much as I'd love to travel and I do speaking engagements and different things from time and again, but I just love being at home. I work from my office in the home. Sometimes, if I'm trying to get stuff done or focus, I might go to a coffee shop or something like that. But yeah, I work from home and I love that. I worked hard for my own business so that I can get outside of the corporate world. Not that I really had a long stint there, but I realized it wasn't for me. I love the freedom and flexibility of being able to just, hey, like, let's go to Chuck E. Cheese and play with our kids, or let's go to a park, or let's go, do whatever we need to do and have fun and enjoy life and have that freedom and flexibility to work from wherever, whenever.
So
That's what I
you
love about
seem
it.
really
Yeah.
young. How old are you?
How?
27?
No, no, 31.
Really? That's
Yeah,
kind of close. How old do you think I
yeah,
am?
pretty close. Don't ask me that. I have
Oh,
no idea.
come
You're
on, shoot it.
45.
Ah, you flip it, man. I'm 57. I'm
You
57.
look in good shape. Very good
I am in
shape.
good shape.
Awesome.
That's because I play a lot. I don't, but I've been in business all my life, and I totally resonate with what you're talking about. The flexibility of being able to take this computer and move
Yep.
wherever I want to, because it's a little
Exactly.
laptop air thing.
Exactly.
That business has changed considerably, and we can help people all over the world. And what you're doing, like you said, content marketing and things like that.
Yeah, we help people create products. So, because the problem with most of our clients are coaches, and the way they make their money is by coaching, which is great, but it's often one on one and it's trading time for dollars. So, we help people create content to help them, well, first of all, get clients, but second of all, work less. Because if we can create products and training programs and do one on many as opposed to one on one, we can actually leverage our time and then have time and flexibility and freedom. So I'm all about leveraging, and I'm all about using our gifts and our talents to help people, but let's do it in an efficient way so we can help one on many, kind of like what we're doing right now. I mean, we're going to
We
record
gotta
this.
talk more in depth on some things
Yeah.
because I've got a lot of not really customers, but relationships and things that are still stuck in the old way, and they're kind of wondering, why am I so tired? I'm doing this internet stuff, but they are still tied to
Yeah.
schedules and stuff. With the my
Yes.
wife is a coach, and she ends up
Okay.
having to do one-on-ones and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there are ways of creating systems there where you can kind of
Exactly.
untether from the office chair.
Exactly. And we need to create those systems because we only have a set number of hours in the day, and half of that time we're going to be sleeping and eating and spending time with our family and so on. And then what are we going to do with the rest of those hours? Um, that's up to you, right? It depends on how we want to use it. For me, it's all about maximizing the time for fun, for family, for enjoyment in life, and then the rest of that time is leveraging people and systems and selling, sort of as I say, selling when you're sleeping. But it doesn't just happen by magic, right? There's systems involved in that. There's processes involved in that, and there's
Well, there's
creating
so many
products.
people that are using this technology, and I'm guilty of it too. They use something like Hootsuite, and
Yep.
what they're doing is they're pulling the whole human element out of it, and it ends
Hmm.
up being null.
Right. Yep.
And what you're talking about is creating content that's actually it feels like there's a human behind it.
Well, and actually, one thing that you can do nowadays that was really never possible in the history of time is behavioral and interest-based targeting. So if someone visits a certain page on your site and expresses interest in a certain topic, then you can show them more of that, right? Or if someone opens a certain email and clicks a certain link, that it's kind of like them raising their hand saying, I'm interested in this, show me more about this. And so you can then actually tailor people's buying behavior and content based on what they're actually interacting with your site. Amazon is a perfect example of this. You buy a product, they're going to show you related products. People like you also bought X. Is it? I think it's Travelocity or one of those travel sites. They start to get to know your buying behavior and what you're interested in, and so that way when you see, oh, you're interested in Las Vegas or something, you're going to start to see more and more of that
I
content.
even saw that done when I lived in Minneapolis. They'd have those digital billboards up there.
Yep.
And it was tied in with something like Foursquare or something like that, so that if there was a convention of men in town, the billboards would, of course, be about cars and trucks and Jeeps. And if there's a
Right.
convention of women in town,
Huh.
the billboard would change.
There you go. Yep. But
Fascinating.
imagine doing that on a one-on-one basis based on who's actually interacting with your site, with your brand. You can do that nowadays.
Yeah, well,
It's
something like
phenomenal.
Infusionsoft. I used to use Infusionsoft until it just
Mhm.
got too crazy for me. I couldn't
Well,
understand it, and I didn't have
we're
someone like
actually
you.
Yeah, well, we're actually using Active Campaign, which is kind of like Infusionsoft, but simple and really powerful because you can actually do these kinds of targeting and what they call automations. So if someone opens an email, replies to an email, clicks on something, even visits a certain page on your website, you can actually, at a development level, if you have a developer, you can actually tag it to your shopping cart. So if if someone bought a certain product or if they saw an upsell but didn't buy, you could have an email go out to say, "Oh, go buy this" or whatever.
Well,
There's
I'll give
lots
you
of
an
automation.
unsolicited testimonial that obviously I can tell right now that you know more about this than I do. And anybody that is doing their own kind of business, they should outsource and hire someone like you to make this stuff work. Because I used Infusionsoft and it was like, I wish this wasn't. I hate the Confusionsoft where it got labeled because it is
Yeah.
confusing. But
Yeah.
if you know how to set it up, done deal. So it's
Yep.
best to, if a coach wants to coach, they should coach and they should find someone else to set up their system so they can just get on the phone and coach or get on the
Yep.
stage and sell
Hmm.
and let someone like you deal with that craziness because even though it can be simple if you know how to do it, one cog missing from the system
Yep.
doesn't work.
Exactly. And again, I'm all about spending more time with our family and having fun and enjoying life. And we can only do that if we have systems in place. And so we got to use what's available to us so that we can work, so that we can live, because we need to work so we can live. But we don't live to work, right? It's don't get confused with the opposite.
Exactly. That's what I do is I do a lot of blogging, and there's systemized programs in the blogging where it's
Yep.
the income is automated, and it's just a matter of sharing what I love to talk about. And if people
Awesome.
happen to join the club, then I get paid.
Awesome.
So that's what I do with these videos. I pop them out to the internet, and there isn't much logic in it anymore. I just throw it out there with the right words in it, and when people find things, they find things. There is some targeting, but
Yeah.
anyways, moving back to you.
Yep.
Um, are you like a AM person or a PM person? When do you do your work? Are you like 24 hours on
I'm
call with a pager or what?
no, you know what? I used to have that lifestyle of always working, and it doesn't work because you're always on, so you're never on, and then therefore you're never off. You're always doing something. So I am much more of an AM person. I love to wake up early. I know that's not everybody, but that's just what I love to do, and so I work with what makes sense for me. Sometimes, especially with a 5-month old, if he wakes up and sometimes at 4 or 5 in the morning, I'm like, all right, let's go. We'll take him downstairs. He'll end up falling back asleep, but now I'm awake at 5 in the morning, and hey, let's get some things done. I
What
love it
time? What
because it's
time zone are
quiet.
you on?
Eastern.
Okay, same here. Cool,
Yeah. So
cool.
I much rather would work when it's quiet. I mean, there's no distractions, there's no noise. People typically aren't awake at that time, so you're getting less distractions and less emails and less stuff. And you can just get some things done. And that way when the family is awake, I can spend time with them.
Got it. That's kind of where I'm at too. I try and get all my stuff done in the morning and get done by like we're at 10:15 right now,
Yeah.
and after this, I'm gonna go play.
That's awesome.
But here's the final question. This is my favorite one, and that's the big why. Why is it that you do this? Why aren't you like an outward bound, like a tour guide, or why are you doing
What
this
I'm doing.
kind of work? Why?
You know, I um I really love helping people, but I particularly love helping people who help people. And let me explain that a little bit. Because I know that I can only reach a certain number of people. Like I'm my with the situation I'm in with young kids, I'm not going to be having time to travel the world. I don't. I've been on national television as an expert. I've been on radio and I've been in newspapers and so on, but I don't have time for that. I don't necessarily want to have time for that. So I made this realization that I want to help people, but I can't physically expend that much time and energy. I don't want to be traveling the world 50 weeks out of the year. I want to be here at home. So I want to help people who help people. I can reach more people that way than if I were to just work in my own little circle. I can kind of work in my circle and work in other people's circles, and you kind of draw concentric circles all over the place. So I can help other coaches, other people who help people overcome struggles and fears and pains and issues in their life. But I can help them indirectly by offering content, marketing, and training and automation, all this cool stuff. So that way they can help more people, they can work less, they can live more and have fun and have an impact on the world. But I can do that sort of indirectly with
Got
them.
it. That's the fascinating thing about the internet is you have no idea what kind of ripple will happen.
Oh,
Like if you help some coach
oh,
finally get their thing together, and all of a sudden they can go out and they can coach somebody that
yep.
could possibly save the life.
It's true.
Fascinating. Okay, well, Ronnie, we'll call you Ronnie, not Ron. Ronnie,
All's good.
Ronnie. How about Mr. R?
Sure.
Well, we'll be connecting again. We're on the same time zone. Maybe we could do another one of these. Maybe focused a couple of these focused on specific niches and things and
Sure.
break things down because
Sounds great.
there's a lot of complicated stuff out there. I like to keep things simple, and right now Skype seems to be the simplest way to do these interviews.
Yep.
So perfect. Peace, love, and happiness. Thank you very much, Ronnie, for taking the time. And
Thank you so much, Brad.
we'll talk to you later, eh?
Nice.
Peace.
Take care, eh?
Bye.